Marshall Teague, who plays Jimmy, Mr. Beef, he took his mother to the premiere to see this film, right? And when his character says the line, "I used to fuck guys like you in prison," his mum shouted out, "That's my boy!" God bless that woman.
Excellent.
Right, ready?
Yep.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Movies to Drink To. My name is Finn.
I'm Mr. Smith.
And on today's episode, we are talking about... Are you ready to get manly?
Absolutely.
Roadhouse from 1989.
Oil me up.
Yep, you can stop asking us to do it. This is it.
It has been requested a few times.
More than any other film.
Yeah.
Not that any other film's been requested. Oh, actually, all of the Lord of the Rings were, and I was like, no.
Oh, what was it? Blazing Saddles. Ed was like Blazing Saddles.
So that's already a comedy.
Yeah, it's funny enough. But yeah, this is a request.
Okay. Before we go on, don't forget to like and subscribe. Subscribe if you're watching this on YouTube or listening on Spotify or iTunes or wherever you're finding this. If you could do that, that would be fantastic. Make us happy.
Yes.
If you wouldn't mind. For once. These dark times we're living
Rich in our miserable lives.
So Roadhouse from 1989, directed by Rowdy Herrington.
Yes, it sounds like the right person to direct this film, really.
It stars People Magazine's Sexiest Man Alive 1991, Partick Swayze, Kelly Lynch, Sam Elliott, Ben Gazzara, Kevin Ty? Is that how you say this guy's name? Ty? I think it's Ty. A few other people, and a man whose name is literally John Doe.
Yeah, weird.
Yeah. I think he was a singer in, was he in X, the punk band?
Oh, I don't know.
Anyway, the plot of Roadhouse beeth...
A tough bouncer is hired to tame a dirty bar. That's it.
That's it.
That's it. I kind of wish that was the tagline on the poster.
How is this film 2 hours long?
Fuck knows.
Like, plot is not big in this.
It's pretty threadbare.
Because I started watching this kind of late last night, thinking it would be an hour and a half at the most.
Yeah.
I saw it was 2 hours. Like, 2 hours?
Yeah.
What happens for 2 hours? This is way too long for a film this stupid. I'd never seen this actually before yesterday.
I've seen it a few times. When I was younger, I watched it a few times. I haven't seen it for a while. So it was enlightening.
Ah. So our movie begins outside of a bar, and there's people pulling up. There's a woman who pulls up in a really 80s looking sports car.
It's a Ferrari.
Yeah, nice, the
Ferrari.
classic red Ferrari. We get a nice shot of her backside. She's a gratuitous shot.
Yes, this is very 1989.
It's the 80s, hey! Ass. It's a nightclub, and then this guy appears, this really sleazy looking guy, and you think, well, he's the villain.
Yeah, absolutely.
My first thought was like, he's obviously the villain. He's so sleazy looking.
Yeah.
He goes into the club. He has to show his ID to get in. He's clearly over 21. He's like 60. This is Kevin Ty.
Right.
Yes. The club inside looks totally different on the inside than it does to the outside.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a band playing, and I think Stevie Ray Vaughan on guitar.
Oh, is it? I don't know. The singer is the guy from the band in the Titty Twister in From Dusk Till Dawn.
Yes, Tito Tarantula. Tito and the Tarantula.
It's not that band, it's like his other band.
Yeah, it's the same singer, yeah.
But yeah, it's the same singer. It's the first thing I was like, fucking hell.
Yeah, the guitarist either is or is dressed like Stevie Ray Vaughan.
All right, I did not look that up.
Yeah. Standing there in the bar in all of his glory is Partick Swayze.
Yes, he
and
is.
his mullet.
And he's like nodding away to the music.
Yep.
Look.
Yep.
Just surveying.
A fight breaks out.
For the weirdest reason. There's two women and two guys on this table, and they seem to be talking all right. And then this guy, because there's money flashing about, and this is clearly like a yuppie sort of club.
Right.
and then he places $100 bill on the table, and she stabs it with like a nail file or something, and then it all kicks off. So, what has happened? What's this argument about?
Drunks. But yeah, fight breaks out. Swayze goes up and he asks him to leave.
Yeah, he does it in a really weird voice as well. He's like, I think it's time for you gentlemen to leave. It's a really odd.
Could you go now, please? But he is stabbed in the arm.
Yeah.
By the dude, and him and the guy have a confrontation, and the guy's like, how about me and you have a fight? I think I can take you.
Yeah.
And Swayze's like, outside.
Yeah.
He doesn't fight him though. He gets outside. They get outside. Classic bouncer move. Walk him out, and then just turn back in and shut the door.
Yeah, and like leave a wall of other bigger bouncers like that.
Yeah.
There's Patrick Swayze in it because he's already had his flowy white shirt ripped. He doesn't want his flowy trousers.
Yeah.
Like everything's all flowy.
Yeah, his wavy hair and everything. Yeah. He doesn't fight them. He goes to the bathroom and he Rambos up his arm because he does his own stitches. Yeah.
Of course
And Kevin Tighe walks in. He is Frank, his character.
Yeah, Tillman.
Yeah, he owns a club outside of Kansas that is rough as arseholes.
It's called the Double Deuce.
Yeah.
I mean, deuce is slang for shit in like an actual shit in America. But yeah, the Double Deuce.
Isn't it a poker thing?
I think so.
Something to do with cards.
Yeah.
We're not cool. We don't know.
No, he says he needs the best.
He needs the best, and Swayze is the best, he reckons, even though he's not actually seen him being in a fight or anything.
Swayze does say to Dalton, he goes, Wade Garrett's the best.
Yeah.
And he goes, Wade Garrett's old. I want you.
Yeah. Is this like a thing? Like, you've obviously worked in bars. Do door staff have like reputations as to who's the best? They're known around town.
Not like this. I mean, when I worked in pubs, when I first started in pubs, it was a bit different on the doors. Like, they didn't have to be licensed and all of that. So you did have some dodgy characters. Like, in the first pub I ever worked in, literally all of the doormen were pretty low-level gangsters. And they would, quite regularly, if you were fucking about, you disappear around an alley and you wouldn't see them again.
Nice.
Like, you can't do that now. But yeah, this is, no, I don't, it's an odd concept that this is like, this doorman is known throughout the land.
Yeah. He's like the Top Gun of doormans. I heard you were the best at being a doorman and checking ID. No one checks ID like this guy. He's got his own little UV light.
Yeah. No one unclips a rope like he does.
So he wants the best to clean up this shitty bar he's got. And Patrick Swayze is like, all right, I'll do it. And this is the craziest bit of the film. He wants $5,000 up front.
Yeah.
And he wants $500 a night.
Yeah.
Plus medical expenses in America.
Yeah, I know. How does that work as well? Like, because it's all private, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, so
basically, if he gets stabbed, he's got Frank's got to pay for him to go to the hospital, which
so
could
he
be
doesn't
like
have healthcare.
no.
Right.
So, and this, how much does this cost him?
A lot,
Like,
considering how much it costs to go to hospital.
Yes,
in America.
you're looking at about $100,000.
Yeah.
Just for the week he's working there.
I mean, people regularly will get run over by a car and just walk it off rather than go to fucking hospital because it costs too much money.
Yeah, that's no doorman has paid £500 a night, are they?
No, I mean, all of this is absurd. £500. No, yeah, not for, and that's just it. That's not including the team, I guess. That's his.
Yeah, that's just him.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
Fuck that. I mean, how much money is this club taking?
Yeah. 400 a night.
Yeah. So $5,000 up front, £500 a night, depending on how long he's been. You're looking at like, I don't know, 20 grand.
Yeah. And he's already bought him a flight. He's like, I've already got you a ticket. And he says, well, I don't fly.
Yeah.
I'll make my own way there. And he's like, when can I expect you? He's like, I'll be there when I'm there. Like, okay.
Yeah, this isn't how employment works.
Yeah. There's definitely a start date and you have to fucking be there.
Also, you're supposed to be hard as nails and you're frightened of an aeroplane.
Yeah, doesn't fly. No. Later on that evening, Patrick Swayze gives his car away.
Well, yeah, this is the first time as well where somebody says, because Tillman goes, as he walks out the door, he goes, I have to be honest, I thought you'd be bigger. And this is a running joke.
It is a running joke throughout the film that Patrick Swayze is not a very big
man.
No, he is very slender,
Yes.
but he would still probably kill you.
Oh yeah, he'd batter me.
And most
now
people
he's dead. But
well, no, yeah. But back in the
I reckon
80s,
I reckon I could take him now.
I think he did study kickboxing. Like he was legit hard as fuck.
Yeah,
But he had the body of like a fucking ballerina.
he was a dancer, wasn't he? Really?
Yeah. Anyway, so he gives his car away, which seems like an odd move.
Yeah,
This
he's
is all figured
battered to
out.
fuck, though.
Yeah, this is all figured out later because he has another car,
Yeah.
his Mercedes.
Yeah, takes the cover off the Mercedes.
Yeah, and he drives to Kansas.
Yeah, pops a cassette in the
Yeah.
cassette tape in the player.
So he arrives at this bar, and instantly the bikers outside don't like him because he's driving a Mercedes.
Yeah.
Just fair enough, wankers. Inside, he goes inside, and there's a band playing behind chicken wire.
Yeah.
There's fights going on everywhere.
There's a shirtless guy on the dance floor.
Yeah, no. If you walk into a place and the stage is covered in chicken wire, leave.
Yeah.
It's not a good sign.
Although, I mean, I have to admit, when you first walk into this bar, I was like, I'd have a drink there.
Yeah,
just to see how this pans out.
yeah. There's fights going on everywhere. Nobody cares. All the women in there are gorgeous, though. Which
Doesn't fit.
no, there's no way women this good looking,
Yeah.
dressed like this, would hang out in this kind of bar.
I don't care where this town is, there has to be somewhere better than that.
Yeah, it's a small town, but every woman here is stunning.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's absurd.
And then there's this very beautiful blonde in a white dress who the camera kind of focuses on, like she's going to be important.
Yeah.
And a guy comes up and he suggests that they rub nipples together. No, that was it. We should go nipple to nipple.
Yeah.
Is the line smooth?
And she goes, I can do that without you.
Yeah. And so Patrick Swayze stood at the bar just scoping things out.
Also,
and...
this guy who hits on her, is like Sloth from the Goonies.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
all the
men are horrendous.
Yeah.
Like, the
in this town, all the men are fuck ugly.
Which I suppose would explain why he thinks he's got the bollocks to say anything to this woman. Like, all the women are stunning anyway. I mean,
yeah, exactly. So Swayze's hanging out at the bar, scoping things out, and the woman who works there recognizes him. She sort of starts speaking to him, and she goes,
Carrie Ann.
She goes, "Hi, I'm Carrie Ann."
Yeah.
It's like, okay, excitable.
Yeah.
And he's like, name's Dalton. She's like, oh my God, you're Dalton. I've heard all about you. Like, he's famous. He's famous, like, across states. People know of this guy, this bouncer. I'm sorry, no one outside of the fucking borough you works in knows bouncers.
Yeah, it's one of those things like when you're younger and stuff. Yeah, I know the doorman. Like stuff is like to show off for some reason. Yeah, I know the doorman there. You don't go like I wouldn't go to like fucking London from here and go. Oh, I know Dave who works on the door at the Cricketers. Oh, Dave, he's renowned.
Yeah, he's the best. Christ. Anyway. It turns out Patrick Swayze knows the singer of the band.
Yeah, this is Jeff Healey.
Yeah, played by Jeff Healey. And
there's a character called Corey.
Yes, that was Cody.
It might be Cody.
I think it's Cody.
It is Cody.
He's the singer of the band. He's blind, as was Jeff Healey in real life.
Yeah.
Which will come into play later, but not.
Yeah, why he's blind though?
In real life?
Yeah.
He lost his sight from some form of cancer when he was an infant.
Yeah, but he's not only blind. He had his eyes removed, so both of his eyes were like
false eyes,
glass eyes.
Oh right.
Yeah.
Well, he's dead now.
Oh yeah, he's dead now.
Yeah.
I don't know because of that.
I mean, his eyes are still around, probably in a box somewhere.
Outlived him. Oh dear. But yeah. But yeah, he is good. Jeff Healey's fantastic.
Yes, and he used to play with Stevie Ray Vaughan. Which is why I thought that might be Stevie Ray Vaughan.
Yeah, it could be. It's probably something we should look up.
Yes. A bit late now. Anyway, then there's this guy who's pimping out a woman, just like grabbing her tits and like, look at these guys. Yeah. And he says to these dudes, he's like, $20 to kiss them.
Yeah.
Yep. And the guy's like, all right, they're drunk out their mind.
But still, I mean... in a
$10
town full
each.
of like stunning women, like these guys are so fucking desperate that they're like it seems that they're gonna like pay $20 each just to kiss a boob.
This is the thing. I'm surprised all of the women haven't started a lesbian cult.
Yeah,
they're like, listen,
better off.
Look at us. We're all supermodels, and every guy in this town is fuck ugly.
Yeah,
let's just do our own
rednecks.
thing. Yeah. Anyway, So the guy's like, yeah, sure, $20, I'll kiss some titties. And he walks over, he just starts feeling up the boobs.
Just kneading them.
Yeah, like a bit of dough.
Trying to push them into one big good one.
And the guy's like, what are you doing? Why don't you just kiss them? He's like, I haven't got $20.
Yeah, he goes, are you going to kiss him or what? He goes, I can't. Because why? Because I haven't got $20.
Yeah.
Which is a good, it made me laugh.
And so, of course, a huge fight breaks out. A massive barroom brawl. There's a guy at the bar who get a few shots of, who I swore was Randy Quaid, but it's not him. Looks just like him, though.
Yeah. Oh, the guy sat at the bar.
Yeah.
Just like laughing maniacally.
Yeah, looks really like Randy Quaid.
Yeah.
Anyway, so it's all kicked off. It's established this place is a shithole. The next day, Patrick Swayze, he goes to buy a car. We find out why this is later. He's put the Mercedes somewhere else. He then goes to rent a room on a beautiful ranch next to a lake.
Yeah.
Like,
it's
this is like $1,500 a night on Airbnb.
Easily. I mean, the room is bigger than my flat that we're in now. Like, it's easily twice the size. And it's stunning and everything else. And then he has a conversation with Emmett, like, just afterwards, and Emmett's like, I've showed this room to loads of people and everyone keeps turning it down because it doesn't have a telly or whatever. Like, who's turning it down?
Well, it's $100 a month.
Yeah.
I mean, you could buy a TV to put in there.
$100 a month, yeah. I wish.
It's absolutely mad. Yeah, and it's Emmett, the farmer who owns the place, and then also a guy flies over the lake in a helicopter.
Yes.
This is
it looks out onto, there's a property across the road, across the lake that's like a bigger mansion.
Yeah.
And a helicopter comes scaring the horses.
Yeah, bolting it around the fucking the lake house and all that. And this is Brad. Now, I thought he said Westerly. It changes throughout the
Brad
film.
Wesley, but people keep saying Wesley.
Well, I thought he said Westerly.
Yeah.
Then I swear he introduces himself as Brad Weston.
Right.
Then it's Westonly, and then it's Wesley at some point.
Yeah. It's on the thing. It's on IMDb. It's Wesley.
Right.
But no one seems to know.
No. He's like the most
including
famous.
Him.
Yeah, he's the most famous like occupant of this entire town, but no one's really sure what his name is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is our villain.
Yeah, rich villain. More on him later. The next day, there is a bar over at the bar. There is a staff meeting going on, which all bar staff love, of course.
Yep.
And Swayze is basically, he's put in charge. The owner says, this is Dalton. He runs the show now. He's in charge.
I love this shot as well because they're all sort of sat there.
Yeah.
And Tillman's like explaining what's going on. And Dalton is just perched on the banister,
Smoking.
like looking all mysterious, like with a cigarette. Yeah. And like, this is Dalton. He's like,
hi there. Turns around. Oh, yeah. Also, Swayze smokes constantly throughout this film.
yeah.
He cannot be that healthy. Well, he wasn't.
No.
Not in the end.
That did not do him any favours.
No, it didn't. He just like starts fighting for 20 seconds. God, I'm out of breath. Can we slow down? Anyway, Swayze is put in charge. He instantly fires a guy
Morgan.
because he's shit at his job.
Yep.
And then he fires another person because they're a drug dealer.
Oh yeah, the waitress. Yeah, as when he walks in, she's selling coke.
And then he gives this little speech and basically in brief, there's too many assholes. And he then has these 3 rules to like work and live by as a doorman. And
never underestimate your opponent.
Yep.
Expect the unexpected.
Yep. Always take it outside.
Yep. Never start anything in the bar unless it's absolutely necessary. And number 3, be nice.
Be nice. Until I tell you not to be nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But be nice and then don't like. And they're like, how do we know like when not to be nice? It's like, well, I'll tell you.
Right.
That seems confusing.
What if you're not here? What if you're taking a piss?
What if it's your day off?
Yeah.
And then one of the guy goes like, what if someone calls my mum a whore? And he goes, is she?
So that night, Jeff Healey is back in action.
Yep.
The hot blonde, she's back. She's giving eyes at Patrick.
She looks psychotic, like in a lot of these shots.
Also, I mean, she is beautiful.
Yes.
And she does obviously fancy him. But, I mean, if this happened to be you, you'd be like, listen, I can't help but notice you're drinking alcohol every night.
Yeah.
You're here every night getting drunk. I'm not interested.
No. There's issues. Yeah. But yeah, every time the camera goes onto her, it's like, I think she's trying to look, seductive. But she looks like a mental person. She looks like she's possessed. Yeah, every time the camera focuses on her, she's like trying to look all seductive and stuff, but she's nuts.
She's drunk.
Yeah. But yeah, there's a few shots. There's one later on that just zooms in on her, and she couldn't look more possessed. But
Within seconds, someone has pulled out a knife, and it's all going to shit. But they've got Partick Swayze now,
yeah,
and he disarms a knifed man instantly.
yeah. Does he?
He's shit hot.
Yeah, he puts this guy's head through a table. Now,
That's not taken outside.
no, that's not taken outside. Also, this table did not put up any resistance, like, at all. He doesn't even, it's not even a slate. He just basically puts this guy's head down on the table and it shatters. That table couldn't hold 4 pints of beer.
Yeah, you notice this in like films where there's like barroom brawls. The furniture's just like made of paper mache.
Yeah,
everything falls apart instantly.
Every time you walked into these places, you'd be like talking to someone, put your elbow on it, like...
Then he fires another guy for having sex with an underage girl in the back room, which is fair enough.
Yeah, this is the guy, like, it sets it up. It's so dodgy. It sets it up earlier. He's like, just don't worry about their IDs, like, because they're clearly underage then, aren't they? And then he's banging one of them.
Yeah, it's like, well,
He
you're
needs
fired.
to be fired for many reasons. And arrested.
And then he fires another one for stealing.
Yeah,
he's
that's
not
the
even subtle
barman.
about it.
Pat.
There'll be no fucker left working in this place soon.
No, I know. Yeah, Dalton's causing all kinds of issues.
Just everyone's fired. Can I get a beer? There's no one working here anymore. It's just Dalton. Oh, fuck, I've got to do everything now. Puts the coffee on, has to change the keg.
Yeah, Dalton's just sweating and knackered.
Anyway, after the evening, the owner says, you know what, it was all right. It was a good night, wasn't too bad.
No one died.
Yep. And then Partick Swayze says, it'll get worse before it gets better. Like, what? All right, Debbie Downer.
Yeah.
I thought that was quite a decent night.
So I was hoping you were done. I was going to save a few quid.
And as he leaves, Partick Swayze's car has been trashed.
Yeah, tyres are slashed, windscreen's fucked, antenna's snapped.
So basically, he has this lovely Mercedes that he drives around in, but when he's at work, he buys a junker,
A shitter, yeah.
a shit car, because he knows people hate his guts.
Yeah. It's wise.
If you're an arsehole, it's wise.
Yeah.
Own a shit car, because people will trash it. And then he goes back and there's a pool party going on. This is the mansion.
Oh, yeah, across the
You
lake.
get a few shots. The rich guy, the evil.
Yeah, everyone that he's just fired seems to be there.
Yeah. Basically, all the people who got fired just went to a pool party
Yeah.
across the lake. The next day, Carrie Ann shows up at the ranch where he's living. She shows up and she's brought Swayze breakfast. She nearly creams her pants at the sight of his butt.
Yeah, he is literally butt naked.
Yes, literally butt naked. You don't give a fuck.
Gratuitous.
It's like, hello, stranger. Anyway, I'm getting out of bed now. Here's my ass.
Yeah. I mean, she doesn't give him much choice, really. Like, he's in
But she
bed and
literally
she's
is like,
just
oh! Like out loud, oh my goodness, a backside.
Yeah, then she starts, she just comes up and she goes, oh, you sacked the bartender. You shouldn't have done that. And he's like, why? And she just gets all cryptic. Just tell him.
Yeah.
She's like, well, I think I'm looking at a dead man. Why?
Yeah.
Explain.
You clearly like him. You bought him breakfast. Do him a favour. Maybe say why he's in danger.
Yeah. Is it too early to give the plot away? I don't understand why she's like, well, just shouldn't have. Just fucking tell him.
Then we get a shot of Wesley or Westerly or whatever his name is. He's driving all over he's swerving all over the road. And you would think, I think he's drunk. He's not. He's just a dick.
Yeah, it's just
he's
a
literally just like
cock.
swerving in and out of the lanes. Nearly takes Dalton, Partick Swayze off the road. Anyway, Swayze then goes to the mechanics, which is literally opposite the bar, which is handy. And we meet Red, he's the mechanic. He owns the garage. And then Wesley or Weston, the bad guy,
Brad
walks in with a beefy guy.
Yeah. This is Jimmy.
Mr. Beef.
Yeah.
And it's
very...
all a bit sinister. And again, don't reveal the plot yet, but something's going on.
Yeah.
Back at the ranch, Partick Swayze is doing some kung fu stretches.
Yeah, and Emmett has discovered his skillfully hidden Merc.
Yes.
Under parked in the middle of the barn. Yeah. Just, what's this under here? A fucking car?
Yeah, then Emmett walks out and just watches him do his kung fu stretches.
Yeah.
And also, across the lake, Brad is watching him.
Yeah. Like, oh.
Yeah. These two men are just like, oh, look at him stretch, stop
Do your Tai Chi.
Yeah. Oh, it's weird.
Yeah,
it's just these two like men in their 60s watching Partick Swayze fucking spin around, shirtless.
That Brad seems to do that a lot. There's loads of shots of him watching stuff from across the lake,
Yeah.
like, ugh.
He's like fucking Gatsby, just watching from the pier or something. Oh, look at all those people out there. That night at the bar, be prepared for me to say that a lot, by the way. The same band is playing. They play every night.
They are the house band.
Yep, every night. Piece of shit barman, though, that he fired yesterday, he's back in the office of the owner.
Yeah.
It turns out he is Brad, the bad guy's nephew.
Yeah.
Shouldn't have fired him, that's
And they're
why.
strong-arming Tillman. They're like, oh, there's been a mistake and I'm going to have my job back.
Yep. And also, Brad, the bad guy, he provides all of the booze to the bar.
Yeah.
Yes. And I mean, if your uncle is stinking rich, why are you stealing like $5 from a bar till?
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense.
No.
Anyway, some confrontation happens, and the piece of shit barman pulls out a massive knife.
It's a fucking Bowie knife.
It's huge.
It's like straight out of Crocodile Dundee. That's not. Oh no, that's a knife.
No,
Yeah,
fuck,
that's definitely
that's
a
a
fucking
knife.
knife. Yeah.
But
Rambo.
yeah, but this is Patrick Swayze.
Yeah.
No knife, so he kicks him out of a fucking window.
He punches him in the face, and just before he punches him, you can see there's already blood.
Yes, you can. Yeah, it's really. Oh, yeah, and he throws him out of a window.
Roundhouse kicks him out the window. Like the kicks in this are fantastic.
Oh yeah, all like roundhouses and
Yeah.
high kicks.
It's the Family Guy fucking parody, like Roadhouse. Like,
Yeah.
the kicks are it makes sense.
And a massive brawl breaks out.
Of course.
Because that's just what happens. Swayze, though, he goes off to hospital.
Yeah, it doesn't stitch himself up this time.
No, he actually goes to a hospital.
Well, he's getting paid for
Yeah,
it
he's
now.
getting paid, medical pay now. So he goes to the hospital, and a very beautiful lady doctor attends to him. And he declares to the attractive doctor that pain doesn't hurt.
Which is a lie. Yeah.
So-
Nobody thinks
so, like,
that pain doesn't hurt.
Oh, it's fucking like... Oh, God.
It's pain. The essential nature of pain is pain.
Yeah. It's so sheepish. It's like, yeah, pain doesn't hurt. It's like, oh, we get it. You want a banger. Like, there's other ways to try and impress people.
Yeah, I'm so hard.
I'm so hard. How did you get that? Just part of the job, babe.
Well, she goes, right, well, you can add this to your, like your other wounds, basically, and she lists them. She's like 9 staples, 31 broken bones, 2 bullet wounds, 9 puncture wounds, and 4 stainless steel screws.
Yeah.
And that's when he goes, pain doesn't hurt. Bet it fucking does. I bet you're just a walking mess of pain,
Yeah.
like all the time.
You're going to be a cripple by the time you're 50.
Yeah. Can't even sleep at night. It's like, "Ow."
Oh, Christ. And it is revealed that he has a degree from NYU in philosophy.
Yes, of course,
Why is that on his medical chart?
It says here you have a degree. Why do you have to fill in your education? To like, geez, they're so strict over there as well.
It doesn't...
What level of education means you can't go to the hospital? Like, if over here, like, I've just got 4 GCSEs. Nope.
It doesn't make any
If they're not above a D.
There probably isn't a box that asks that, but he put it on there just to be just impressed.
Written in biro at
Yeah.
the bottom. Philosophy degree.
Yeah. Also, 6 foot.
Massive penis.
No children, all my own hair. Here for a good time, not a long time. It really wasn't necessary to write on your medical chart, but okay.
But good to know.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, they flirt, and they're definitely going to bang at some point.
Yeah, she goes, do you ever win in a fight? And he goes, nobody ever wins in a fight. I'm not sure that's true either.
No.
But there's definitely, I mean, me personally, I've always come second in every fight I've ever had. But that does mean the other person won.
Oh, dear. Over at the rich guys, there's a monster truck that pulls up for no fucking reason.
Completely unnecessary vehicle.
Here's a monster truck.
Yeah, no, these guys do not care about their carbon footprint at all.
No.
But who drives?
Well, it was
like,
the 80s.
Yeah, who drives a fucking monster truck? Just nipping down the shops, love. These fucking wheels are like
The
a
size of the
house.
yeah. He's not happy with the goons because they didn't get his nephew the job back.
Yeah.
And so they all apologize, but he doesn't believe one of them.
Yeah, this is O'Connor.
So he beats him up for no reason.
Yeah.
Like, he just picks on him
Yeah.
and beats him up.
You say beats him up, like, he's got his goons around him as well. So, like, I mean, Brad is never in any danger here. Like,
No.
if he's not, this guy's not going to retaliate.
No.
Because, I mean, Brad doesn't look like he goes around beating people up.
Well, no, he's like in his 60s.
Yeah. And he's, like, shorter than me.
Then across town, Swayze pulls up to the mechanics as some of the rich guy's goons are leaving.
Yeah.
It turns out the rich guy's got some kind of racket going on.
It's a protection money.
Is it? It's like no, it's phrased differently, but
Yeah,
basically,
it's basically a protection racket.
yeah, he's taking money out of them to put into the community, out of all these businesses.
Yeah, but clearly looking at the town, nothing's going into this community.
No, he's just taking 10%.
Yeah.
Then over at a strip club in some other part of the country,
Yeah.
we meet Sam Elliott and his fantastic hair. My God.
It is glorious.
Maybe he's born with it. It really is something, isn't it?
Yeah. And he's constantly playing with it
Yeah,
for the whole
he
film.
knows.
He's
He
always,
looks
putting
fucking
it up, or,
amazing. Yeah.
Looks like he's about to give a blowjob like all the time. Constantly just like tying it back, or just like moving it out of his face.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's this is quite a youngish sort of Sam Elliott.
I think he was in his 40s
Yeah.
when he made this, but he's always looked old. Anyway, he gets a call at the club from Partick Swayze, and they have a totally pointless conversation.
Yeah, entirely pointless.
He's just like, how is it there in Kansas, wherever the fuck you are? And Patrick Swayze's like, yeah, same town, same shit. The different town, same shit. It's like, oh yeah, so that's good. Yeah, good. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Oh, listen, Patrick Swayze, I've got to go. All right, mate. See you later. Bye.
Yeah. Good talk. Good catch up.
Yep. It's literally just to establish the character.
I missed you.
Yep. No, not even that. So we know that Sam Elliott's in this film.
Yeah.
That's
and
it.
they're friends.
And they're friends. Yeah.
They're friends enough that they call each other up just for quick
Hellos.
Yeah. Hi, how are you?
Back
Thinking
at
of you.
Back at the Double Deuce, the chicken wire's gone.
Yeah, because
It's better now.
it's getting better now.
Yeah. And Carrie Ann is singing. The waitress.
Yes, I mean this is the last time she appears in this film, I think.
Well, it's the last time she has any lines.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, didn't know she could sing. And like, oh, is
Doesn't
that
matter.
a subplot? Doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't matter.
That's it now. Doesn't matter.
No. Some goons show up, not related to the bad guy, but just some dodgy fellas show up. And one of them has a From Russia with Love boot.
Yeah, no, these are Brad's boys.
Are they?
They are Brad's
Oh,
boys.
I thought they were separate bad people.
Yeah, it comes in later on. But yeah, these are more of Brad's boys, yes. And one of them has a boot, a blade
knife, a
toe
blade, yeah.
boot thing.
Blade toe boot thing. He's got a blade on the end of his foot,
That's it. That's what I meant.
on his boot, which Patrick Swayze spots instantly.
Yeah.
Because that's, the first thing you look at when looking at a man and sizing him up is his footwear.
Yeah. And I fucking love this as well because they stop him from coming in. And they're like, we're closed. Like, there's loads of people here. And he's like, they're just having a good time. He goes, you're too fucking stupid to have a good time. And then this leg swoops up. It's clearly not this guy's leg. There's no way you could get it up at that angle. No. Patrick Swayze is too close to him for this to be a viable thing. But this leg, and he catches it and he like twists the fucking thing.
He's got the physicality of
this guy, and it is straight up. It's there.
So he's got like the anatomy of like Woody from Toy Story. Yeah. Oh!
No bones in his hips whatsoever.
So there's a big fight happens outside. They take it outside. Swayze and his boys, the bouncers, and these guys, they have a big fight just as the hot lady doctor shows up.
Yep.
She shows up just as Patrick's like pummeling some guy's face into the dirt.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh.
Moist.
There's my alpha. Look at those hips like a 10-year-old boy. Ooh, and there's blood on his knuckles. I love it. So he's like, oh, hey, didn't see you there.
Yep.
And
definitely did.
Yeah, they go for coffee in the middle of his shift.
Yeah, he does this a couple of times. Just leaves
he
whenever he
just-
likes.
yeah.
I suppose he is in charge.
Yeah, but
just popping out.
well, I'm deducting you 50 quid of your 500. You've been gone an hour. So he just goes off for coffee in the middle of his shift, and they have coffee there in his diner, and he tells her about how fucking hard he is.
Yeah,
Basically. And after they've had this brief conversation, he says, I better get you home. And then we cut to her driving him back to his car. I better get you home. By the way, can you give me a lift?
Yeah. My car's still at the bar.
And they have a little kiss, a little pash.
It's so wooden though. Like the way
They've had like one conversation about I'm hard. Let's have a smooch.
the way they turn towards each other, I could not think of anything else but Team America. Well, it's just like two marionettes going towards each other and kissing. It's weird.
Yeah, it is. It's awkward. Yeah, not believable at all. I mean, we see a lot of films with like forced chemistry.
Yeah.
And, people say like, hi, how are you? Oh, I'm good. And suddenly they're in love.
We're in love.
But this is another level. This is just so stupid.
Absurd. Doesn't make any sense at all. Especially the way that it goes later on. Like, at the moment, she's like, oh, he's so violent. I love him. Like,
It's like, you're a doctor, aren't you supposed to help people?
Yeah.
Shouldn't you be helping that man unconscious on the floor with nose coming out of his blood coming out?
coming out of his face.
I was going to say blood coming out of his fucking ears.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Isn't that like her job?
Yeah.
She's like, is he dead? Good, let's go for coffee.
Yeah, if you're a doctor and you see somebody beating someone else unconscious,
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're supposed to.
help the guy.
Yeah.
Even if he's a dickhead, you're supposed to kind of check he's going to live.
Yeah.
Not take the attacker out for a coffee.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, I'm in recruitment these days. I don't go to get to the weekend and go, I should really help that guy find a job. Once you clock off, you clock off.
True. Plus, he is Partick Swayze.
Yeah.
Anyway, the next day over at the ranch, a couple of Wesley's goons show up whilst what's he doing? Working on his car or some shit? I don't know.
He's just sitting on his car.
He's just sitting
on the boot.
Yeah.
On the bonnet. So
They don't have chairs at this ranch. So Swayze's just sat there, and Wesley's goons, they show up and they say, we've been looking all over for you. You know where he works. He's there every night.
Look, this is the second place we've looked. All over this massive town.
They take him to Wesley's house. And as he goes in, the hot blonde from the bar, she's there doing her aerobics. So she's got a busted up face. Black eye, bruise all over the face. It's like, just in case you didn't think Brad was even a real dick.
Yeah.
Now we know. So he has a meeting with Wesley, Brad. They talk a lot of shit. Basically, Brad sits there and basically says, I'm rich and it's great.
Yeah. And he goes, we're not too that's same old line from every film. We're not too dissimilar, me and you. I grew up on the streets of Chicago. Did you fuck?
Yeah.
That bloke's been on the streets of Chicago as often as I have.
Yeah.
Never.
I mean, there are some, I'm sure, affluent streets in Chicago. That's where you lived. And it's also revealed that Partick Swayze killed a guy in Memphis.
Yeah, he says, I've got a cousin in Memphis, says that you killed a man there.
Yeah.
You claimed it was self-defense at the trial, and he goes, but me and you, we both know that's not true.
You don't know anything.
Yeah.
Brad.
Just, who's your cousin?
Yeah, who's your fucking
just
cousin?
Told you some story.
Yeah. I got a cousin, right? He knows a bloke, and he swears, right? Partick Swayze, he killed this man with his bare hands. Honestly, my cousin's dog saw it.
Yeah, it is mentioned once before. A couple of the door, like his team are talking.
I heard he killed a guy.
Yeah, just like snatch his throat right out.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah. Basically, he says to Swayze, like, I'll pay you shitloads to be one of my goons. He's like, no.
Yeah.
He leaves.
Get
the end of
fucked.
scene. Yeah. That night at the bar.
There's a queue now to get in.
Yeah, things seem to be going well, and they've got Keith David working behind the bar.
Yeah, I know.
Even better.
Which is fantastic. But Keith David's great, and I hate to see fucking roles where he's just like nothing.
Yeah, he's got like 3 lines in the whole movie.
He's such a great actor.
Yeah. And this was after The Thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, waste.
But I don't know. Like,
maybe
it is a waste.
Maybe they like had to cut some of his stuff down. You would think, yeah, if you got Keith David,
you'd at least give him a fight.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, things are going well, but they are running out of booze.
Yeah.
Because remember, Brad Wesley, he supplies the booze, so they're running out of booze. But Partick Swayze,
So it's fine. I know a guy.
yeah, he goes, I'll take care of it. How?
He just gets the phone, rings someone up.
Well, he doesn't
That's
even
it,
see
though.
that. He just goes, get me the phone, and that's it. Like,
Yeah.
just knows a guy. He's just that good.
Yeah.
He's just the world's best man.
He just literally phones up anyone in the country and says, it's me, Dalton. Oh, do you want some beer, Dalton?
Yeah. Oh, wow. The world's greatest doorman. Oh, yeah. I've heard of you. Anyway, after his shift, he meets the lady doctor and he takes her back to the ranch.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And this is observed by 2 of Brad's goons.
Yep.
There's a really dark line, isn't it? Where he goes, get ready to dig a hole. Ooh.
What does that mean? Takes her back to his Airbnb at the ranch. He puts on some sexy music. It is revealed that the mechanic is her uncle.
Yes.
Because everyone in this town is fucking related.
Obviously.
I mean, if they are all related, how come they all look really different? Like all the women are stunning and all the men are ugly.
Yeah, all the men are definitely related. The women are shipped in.
All the men have got like 12 toes and stuff.
There's a huge human trafficking operation in place here. Just women brought in and then brainwashed into thinking they've always lived there. Yeah. But yeah, this is the dirty dancing bit.
Yeah, kind of like they're flirting, and then he questions her about her divorce. It's really weird. The way it's played to be like it's kind of sexy, and I'm a man and you're a woman, but basically the lines are, he says, why didn't you get married? She goes, I did. He goes, what happened? Didn't work. Why? That's the last line spoke.
Off.
Yeah, and then they bang.
Yeah.
Up against a brick wall.
Yeah, it does not look comfortable.
No. Love. Oh, love. Young love,
I did at one point, though, half expecting to sort of lift her up. Like, fucking smash everything. Just lift her up Dirty Dancing style.
Just spin around and throw her down on the bed. Yeah, they have sex. And then after they've had sex, they have a boring conversation.
Oh, yeah, they go and sit out on the roof.
Yep.
Yeah, there's a...
And of course, across the lake, Brad is watching them.
In his rocking chair.
Yeah, on his porch. Just have his binoculars.
Yeah.
And a fucking tub of Vaseline.
He's got a blanket over his lap that's going up and down.
In the morning, though, the farmer questions him about his banging. He's like, hey, did you have a lady there last night? He's like, I sure did. Yeah, I heard. How was it?
Down in the bar, yeah. Was she any good?
Yeah. Tell me, Patrick, what is a clitoris? Is that a real thing? Emmett, have you ever seen a woman before?
Yeah, there's...
No, read about them in books, though.
Yeah.
Over at the bar, Jeff Healy tells Patrick that the rich dude, Bradley, he used to have a real thing for the lady doctor.
Yeah.
And he's a bit stalkerish about it.
Yeah.
She left town for a bit. He went fucking mental.
Yeah.
They had a brief thing. So that's established.
So it's her fault he's an asshole.
Yeah. That's it. Blame the woman.
Yep.
Blame the woman. Be a man. And then Sam Elliott rides into town.
Yeah, for no reason.
Yeah, no one invited him.
Yeah, it just turns up.
No. So he rides into town. At the same time, a delivery of booze is happening around the back of the club, but Wesley's goons show up to stop the booze delivery. They start smashing things. So Patrick goes out and he fights them, and then Sam Elliott shows up and they team up.
Yeah.
Kind of like Ghost Rider should have done with Sam Elliott in that fucking movie. This is the character that should have been in Ghost Rider. Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah. He's way more interesting.
And they win.
Well, Dalton's getting his ass kicked, basically. He's been held back by two of them, and they're just taking it turns to punch him, and then Wade Garrett comes out, and he's like, all right.
Yeah. What are you up to? Oh, getting your ass kicked again, are you? Well, I guess I'll help you, because I'm Sam Elliott. So they win, and then everybody walks out round the back afterwards, and they go, who's that? And then Jeff Healy, who's blind, says, that's Wade Garrett.
How do you know?
Yeah. I smelt him.
Yeah, I can tell by his musk.
I imagine Sam Elliott has quite a musk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's Wade Garrett, I can tell. I can hear his hair swishing in the wind.
That actually makes sense.
And then everybody's like, Wade Garrett, the other most famous doorman in the country.
The other best doorman. Like they're fucking rock stars or something. Like these people are astronauts or some shit. Oh my god.
He was like guest speaker at DoormanCon.
DoormanCon. Can you imagine that? Yeah. Just an auditorium full of people talking shit. Yeah. I met Mike Tyson. He's not that big in real life. Fucking hell. Swayze drives Sam Elliott to the hospital to show off his girlfriend.
Yeah, they pick her up from work and go on this weird three-way date.
Yes. They go for a drink and then they go to a diner and Sam Elliott's like, let's have a dance. He's not even hiding that he's trying to steal his woman from him.
He is handsy.
Yeah. He literally says to him like, I'm trying to steal your woman. Yeah. I want you for myself. And they're just like, ha ha ha, that Wade Garrett.
Yeah.
God, he's got great hair, hasn't he? But yeah, he's just trying to bang his missus.
Yeah.
Because he's the alpha.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, because then he keeps referring to Dalton as like everything's little, like my little mate.
Yeah.
It's my little mate, Dalton.
Yeah.
Any little? You'd be much better off for me. I'm the big man.
Yeah. I've got better hair.
Yeah.
My hair
He's
won't
trying.
My hair won't go out of fashion unlike that fucking thing on his head. She goes for a piss or whatever, and Sam brings up what happened in Memphis.
Yes.
And it is revealed that basically Partick Swayze banged some girl who was married, and the husband pulled a gun on him, so Swayze killed him. Which is fair enough.
That counts as self-defense, I think.
Yes, that definitely does. I don't know what Brad's cousin's on about.
Spilt beer on myself again. I do this once an episode now.
I've stopped noticing.
Yeah, it's like, you had no choice. You basically, like, it was kill or be killed, basically.
Yeah. Which it was.
Seems fair.
Yes, seems fair.
Yeah.
Isn't a jury in the land that would convict you of that. Later that night, at the bar, again, the mechanics is now on fire, and it blows the fuck up.
Yes.
And then, after that's exploded, the rich guy, who obviously had the place burnt down, shows up at the bar for a drink. The audacity.
Yeah, it's quite a smooth move though. Like everybody's all like, "Look at the garage all like on fire and exploding," and while everyone's looking at it, he's clearly like snuck in.
Yeah.
Like so he's there and he's like set himself up for a dramatic. Oh hi.
I've been here the whole time. Brad, you've never drunk in here in your life.
Yeah.
It's obvious you're here. You've been up to something.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Stink of petrol.
And he's with a few of his goons and the hot blonde, and she just starts basically stripping. Because Brad's like, "You there, blind fuck, play some music." To Jeff, how dare you speak to Jeff Healey like that?
Fucking ingrate.
Yeah.
Yeah, she gets up. Right, now this is supposed to be sexy, I think. She is not graceful.
She's drunk.
Well, yeah, I guess so. Like, but yeah, everything's like... if she's supposed to be drunk, then this is the best actress in the world. Like, if she's supposed to be sexy, it's really uncomfortable to watch.
I think it's a drunk woman. We know she drinks every night.
Well, yeah.
So...
But it's bizarre. It's just a strange thing.
So she's like trying to flirt with Swayze, and he's just like takes her off the stage, and then Brad, rich man, Wesley, he summons Mr. Beef, Jimmy over.
Yeah, Dalton is our hero here. He's supposed to be like this great guy, and he brings this blonde woman over who's clearly going through a fucking shit time. She gets beaten up by this prick and everything else, and he brings her up and he goes, "If you're gonna have a pet, keep it on a leash." Fucking hell!
Yeah, she is rightly miffed by that comment and leaves.
It would be. Yeah, and then when he says that, if you're gonna have a pet, keep it on a leash. He goes, "You're right, Jimmy."
Yeah, Mr. Beef arrives and walks into like the center of the bar of a pool cue and starts twirling it round because he is also a man of kung fu.
Yes, he does like a martial arts display to earn his yellow belt in the middle of the fucking
he
dance
does.
floor.
I've earned my yellow belt in a pool cue spinning or some shit. And another brawl happens between him and, well, everyone really. They start trying to trash the bar. Yeah, this is the point where it's like, why isn't Keith David fucking getting in there?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, this was like ideal for time for him to shine.
Yeah, but no, I'm just paid to serve the drinks. And
he just stands there behind the bar. There is this fantastically ridiculous flip from Jimmy onto the stage where he uses the pool cue. He uses some poor, like, that big fella, the bouncer, who's like on the floor, uses him as kind of a shooting off point, and flips onto the stage. And
Mr. Beef, Jimmy, he wants to fight Sam Elliott. Don't know why, they've never met.
Yeah, but he's heard about him. Yeah, obviously.
So they have a fight, and it's all going off. And in the middle of it, the rich guy, Brad, just fires a gun into the air.
Yep,
and goes, "That's enough."
So yeah, he shoots a gun into the ceiling.
Yep.
He should be sat there with like plaster coming out of him, but no, nothing. He's just like, yeah, done now.
Now you might be thinking, why the fuck isn't someone just called the police? Well, apparently Brad owns the police.
Yes,
because he's got so much money. Blah blah blah.
He owns everything. He's like, isn't he? At one point, he's like, everything comes here for me. Like the Audi, I got that in.
Yeah, the Starbucks.
Yeah, Boots the opticians.
Was it JP?
JP Moore, I don't know. Loads of American
JC Penney,
Walmart.
Yeah. That's all. Basically, the whole town's there because of this one rich guy.
Yeah,
it's not.
He's got the town in his pocket.
Yeah,
it's absurd. It's stupid.
The next day, the mechanic, Red, he's packing up and he's leaving town. But his friend, who is a local car dealer, is trying to convince him to stay because he also fucking hates Brad Wesley.
Yeah.
And they're trying to think of a way. This is in the privacy of Red's house.
Yes.
They're trying to think of a way to, how can we get to him? And he says, well, I know a guy who works over in some other state for the FBI.
Yeah.
And if we can't go to the cops, maybe we do that. And Red's like, no, forget it, blah, 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 blah. It's not going to happen. And then, so this conversation is happening in Red's house.
Yeah.
But somehow,
it gets back to
the rich guy.
Yeah, Brad.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's clearly a grass amongst these
because there's a few town people in the house.
Yeah.
Over at the car dealership now.
Yeah. Now we find out why this bloke drives a monster truck.
Yes. Wesley has his monster truck drive through the car dealership, destroying all the cars in the place and ruining the guy's business.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah. Stupid. I mean, nobody escapes. Like, you can't do that and get away with it at all. It doesn't make any sense at all.
Doesn't matter who you are. That's definitely illegal. You will go to jail.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, the full force of like the law and the government and everything else on you. You've just destroyed like property destruction. Like, you've destroyed
endangering
that man's business.
lives.
Yeah, he can sue you for everything you have.
Yeah,
like,
and also because they say afterwards, "Are you insured?" It's like, yeah. What are you going to say to your insurance company? Well, a man who shall remain nameless drove through my dealership in a monster truck. Oh, okay.
Hold on, go back.
Yeah.
He has a monster truck. Yeah, just drives it around.
Was a police report filed? No. Why not? Because the guy's rich.
Yeah.
Right.
He has the sheriff's department in his pocket. Nobody does that.
No.
That's not real.
It's not like the 1630s and
This
the
isn't-
sheriff
yeah.
of
This
Nottingham.
isn't the Old West.
I don't know. There's still some parts of America that are probably like the Old West. Anyway, back over at the ranch, Sam Elliott is trying to convince Swayze to leave town, which you would, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
You'd be like, fuck this place. So then he leaves. Then the lady doctor shows up, and Swayze is angry or some shit. And then the farmhouse explodes. Emmett's house blows up.
Yeah, and it goes up.
Yeah.
Like, and stuff. But it's fine. Emmett's fine.
Yeah, somehow he's totally fine.
Dalton runs in and brings it. He's got like some smudges on him. But his house fucking blows up.
Yeah. He's inside the house when it explodes. And he just carries him out of this burning building. It's like, are you okay? He's like, I'll be fine once you get off me.
Yeah.
He's totally fine.
Yeah, I was sleeping in my like fucking metal box. So I'm absolutely...
I sleep in the fridge.
Not a scratch. Yeah. I sleep in an upturned bath. Doesn't make any sense at all.
So once it's blown up, then we get Mr. Beef, Jimmy. He rides away from the scene laughing maniacally.
Yep.
He's just like, ah, ha, 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 on a motorbike. But Swayze tackles him off of the motorbike and they fight.
Yeah.
By the
Swayze
waterfront.
catches him up.
Yeah.
Like, superhumanly running.
He runs faster than a
fucking motorbike.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. During their fight, Mr. Beef reveals that he used to have sex with men in prison.
Yeah, he goes, I used to fuck guys like you in prison. All of the dialogue in this is absurd. Like, just as they square up, he actually says, prepare to die.
It's like,
prepare to die.
how old are you, 10?
Yeah. Fucking Dalton just goes, you're such a fucking asshole. Yeah, and then they fight, and he goes, like, yeah, I used to fuck guys like you in prison. All right.
Are you trying to tell us something?
Yeah.
I mean, it's okay.
Is this flirting? I don't... Thank you?
Yeah. Like, are you trying to come out of the closet in a really aggressive, scary way?
It's like some weird compliment. It's a fuck guy like you in prison. Oh, thanks.
And then, as they're fighting, Mr. Beef, Jimmy, he pulls a gun out, which is definitely cheating. So Swayze, he kicks the gun out of his hand, and then he literally rips Mr. Beef's throat out with his bare hands.
Yeah, he does this whole claw thing.
Unagi.
Yeah. And he's like... Yeah.
And he rips his throat out, killing him. Be honest with you, wasn't expecting that.
No.
Really wasn't expecting that. I was like, God damn!
It's the one bit of the film that everyone remembers.
I've never seen it.
Yeah, of course you hadn't. Like, but yeah, he pulls his throat out. And this is allegedly what he did. Well, it's referenced earlier on in the film where he goes, oh, he ripped a guy's
I thought that was just pub talk.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's what it's played off as. And he goes, nope, no, he actually
does have the ability to rip men's esophagus.
Yeah, it's not possible.
Throats out.
Not unless he's got fucking Freddy Krueger's fucking glove on or something. There's no... Jesus Christ. The grip you must have to rip somebody's throat out with your 3 fingers.
Yeah. And,
Tiger claw.
The lady doctor, she's there, obviously.
Oh, yeah, she sees it.
She checks on Mr. Beef, he's dead. And then she just walks off.
Yeah, now she's angry.
Yeah.
Now the violence turns her off. Like, earlier on, it was all about the violence.
A bit of horseplay is fine.
Yeah.
Death, no.
Oh, yeah, that's a step too far.
And then, obviously, Brad is watching from across the lake, as he always is, with his boner.
Yeah.
And Swayze he just grabs Mr. Beef's body and just floats him into the lake. Like, have that, you fucking prick.
Yeah.
Anyway, the next day, Swayze arrives at work. He's not been arrested. No one's called the police.
No,
not even Wesley.
He's just turning up for his shift.
Yeah. Not even like the guy's like employer has phoned up say, one of my employees is dead. He's floating in the lake next to my house.
Yeah, there's nobody.
I witnessed the murder.
Yeah.
That would be an easy way, wouldn't it, to get rid of Patrick Swayze?
Not only are the police like in this guy's pocket, but they're not there.
Well, what's the point of having the police in your pocket if they're not going to help you out? If you're not going to use them,
it would make sense.
Like you could have Patrick Swayze arrested and thrown in jail, just
forever.
like that.
Life.
But no, he doesn't.
No.
Because this is Roadhouse.
Yeah, instead he rings him up. Like, he knows exactly when he's going to get into work, even though he's sat in his fucking palatial fucking thing. And he's been waiting all morning, and he's like, now. He phones him up.
He's obviously watching him leave you could phone the house, but no. Well, the house has been blown up. Anyway, so yeah, Patrick Swayze gets to the bar at work before it's opened. The rich guy calls the bar, right? And he says, basically, either Wade, Sam Elliott, or the lady doctor dies.
Yeah.
I'm going to flip a coin for it.
And then he says, I wish I could tell you how it turned out.
Yeah.
And then he hangs up.
And so now Patrick Swayze is like, right, my best friend or the girl I've slept with once.
Yeah.
This is really Dark Knight.
Yes.
It really reminds me, like, did Christopher Nolan
steal
this from Roadhouse? The whole idea if you can only save one of them, which one's it going to be?
I think it's quite a widely used trope. Like this whole, like, you have to choose one or the other.
Yeah, but the way he's done it,
for you.
Whereas, like, you've only got time to get to one of them because he's across town.
Well, then immediately after, it doesn't...
And the coin flipping? Oh, yeah, Nolan ripped off fucking Roadhouse.
But there's no telling how much time has passed, but Sam Elliott immediately walks in, I guess.
Yeah, he's half dead. He's been beaten.
He's been beaten up.
But he's not dead.
No.
He's still alive.
So you think, fuck, well, the doc must be dead.
Yeah, so Swayze runs off. He rushes over to the hospital to go see the doctor. But she's alive and she's fine and she tells him to fuck off.
Yeah, she's at work.
Yeah.
She's like, fuck off, like, I'm busy.
Yeah. So he goes back to the bar and Sam Elliott is dead.
Well, he thinks he's asleep on the bar, doesn't he? And then he goes, oh, come on, man, we're going. And he pulls him over. Now, Sam Elliott has a big fucking knife in his chest and a sign on him that says, it was tails. Now, this is irrelevant because he never said, like, heads, it's Elizabeth, tails, it's irrelevant what it is.
Exactly.
It doesn't matter. You could have just killed him.
It was Tails. Was Tails him? Yes, Tails was him. He's dead. So yeah, he's oh, it's so evil though because he's obviously had him beaten up.
Yeah. And
then sent in there so that he thinks it's the lady doctor. He's run off and then they've gone in and killed him.
Yeah. Clever.
Really evil, like villainy clever.
Yeah.
And now Swayze is really pissed.
Oh, he's crying and everything.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he's proper upset. Over at the rich guy's house, his goons, they're waiting.
Yeah, they've got the guns out.
They got the guns out, the shotguns and all that. The Mercedes arrives and it drives straight at the house. It is shot at until it explodes. Obviously, he's not in there.
No.
Like as soon as the car's driving, you're like, he's not in there.
Yeah.
No, because you don't see him in there. So he's not.
This is now Morgan, who was the first guy to get fired at the beginning. Yeah. This fucking cracked me up, and I had to rewind it and have a look again. They all go running towards the car. Morgan has these bright white cowboy boots on. They look fucking bizarre with the rest of what... They look like he's stolen them off like a Dallas Cowboys cheerleader. Go back and have a look. You're like,
I didn't spot them. I'm going to have a look now. Swayze is snuck into the house whilst that's going on. And
Morgan immediately dies off screen.
Yeah, it's like Commando or like Raw Deal.
Yeah.
He's in the house and they're like going around with their guns looking for him.
But this is clearly, I feel like they've got to a point when like, we're going to have to wrap this up, guys, because like Morgan and O'Connor are the first people you see dead. And they've had lines and stuff.
Yeah.
They've been quite involved in the film, but they are killed off screen.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
There you go.
Now,
Yeah,
this guy who is now walking around with the gun, he's the guy with the knife boot.
Yeah.
From before.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, we've only got 30 minutes left. We've gone way over. This film should have ended already. Let's wrap things up.
Yeah.
A guy is killed. The nephew from earlier, he is killed. Another guy has a polar bear dropped on him.
Yeah, this is Tinker, the big guy. That's,
So basically, the rich guy has this hunting trophy room because he's a real piece of shit. Just in case you weren't sure, he's got a room full of dead animals. And Swayze drops a polar bear on a guy.
Oh, just before when he kills this other guy, like they have a fight, and Dalton kicks the knife out of his hand with another impossible leg movement, and the knife is in the air long enough for Dalton to grab him by the throat, catch it out of the air, and then stab him. And then Dalton goes, "Tails again." This joke is irrelevant. Stop saying it. It was never referenced in the first place.
Well, if you thought I've got a really funny line here, would you say it to a man that is seconds from death? He's not going to tell anyone else, is he? That's why I don't get.
And then I said, "Tails again." Why?
It's I don't get the one line of puns. Where it's even in Schwarzenegger movies, you need to cool off. He's dead.
Yeah.
He's not going to tell anybody.
Turning around no one's here.
Funniest thing I said, the only people in the room are dead.
Yeah. But then after, when he chucks the polar bear onto the other guy, he goes, "You guys are made for each other." Doesn't make any sense. It's not funny.
Well, the other guy's quite fat, so I bet they're both the size of bears.
That's a tenuous link at best.
So anyway, he's basically killed off all the goons. Brad Wesley, the rich guy, he arrives into the trophy room. He's got a gun in his hand. He seems awfully confident.
Yeah, it's weird. All of his men are dead.
Yeah. And he's just like, "My turn now. You're in your 60s.
Yeah. And of course, this guy has a room full of fucking stuffed animals he's murdered.
Yes.
Mounted everywhere.
And then Swayze attacks. But
no, that's it. Hang on, it goes, "I see you found my trophy room, Dalton. The only thing missing is your ass." What? You're going to mount his ass?
I'm going to mount your ass onto a pillow.
Yeah. It's such a weird fucking line.
Jesus Christ. Swayze is shot in the arm. He kicks the gun out, but then the rich guy, the rich guy starts throwing spears because he's obviously got spears.
Yeah.
And then they have a fight. This shouldn't be hard. This guy should be dead in seconds. This is Dalton. Yeah. This fight goes on way too long. He should be.
But even Brad goes, "I thought it'd be fun to fight you." What did you? Because he got wildly outmatched.
Yeah.
I thought it'd be fun to fight you, but I haven't got time. And he pulls the gun out. I was like, "Yeah." I would have led with that.
Yeah. Listen, I'm old. I'm a bit out of shape.
Yeah.
I've had too much fucking pate this morning.
Everyone keeps saying how you thought you would have been bigger. I'm shorter than you.
Yeah. So yeah, they have a fight. It goes on for far too long, and Swayze goes to rip his throat out. Unagi.
Yeah, he gets all his tiger claw out.
Yep, but he doesn't. I love this ending. He decides not to. Right.
Yeah.
Decides he's not going to kill the guy. The lady doctor arrives. So Swayze is obviously distracted because now he's got a boner. He turns around, and as he turns around to talk to her, the rich guy grabs his gun off the ground and he goes to shoot him. He's got him. He's a dead man.
Yep.
But then Red shows up along with the other town folks, and they take it in turns to shotgun the rich guy to death.
Yeah.
Viva Revolution! It's amazing.
Yeah. And it's now a shotgun, I imagine. I have no frame of reference, but if you are shot with a shotgun, that's a hell of a fucking blast. But
it depends on the distance, doesn't it?
I guess so. But it's always the last one that takes them off their feet. So they've managed to withstand the blast from 4 other shotguns, but that last one puts them into through the air and always into a table, or something. But yeah, they're all fucking stood there.
Oh, I love it.
Tinker survives.
Yes, he does. Yes. And then finally, the police show up. Suddenly there's sirens who called the police?
This is amazing. Because which one of you is going to tell me what's going on? And they're all like, "Well, I didn't see anything. I didn't see anything. Did you see anything, Tinker?" A polar bear fell on me.
Yeah.
So And that's good enough for the sheriff, apparently. There doesn't have to be an investigation.
There's a dead body in the room.
Yeah.
There's 4 people standing around, all armed with guns.
Oh, no, they're not armed with guns because Red collected them and he put them in the other room.
Oh! Oh!
So
He's
there
too
are
smart
at
for us police.
least 4 shotguns in the room next door, and the police are like, well, no point in looking for anything here.
He's outsmarted the detectives by putting the weapons in a different room.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, yeah, they can't possibly have used those shotguns. They were next door.
So they just leave.
Still warm, but
Yeah, they
that
just
could have been
leave.
for any reason.
And that's it. Some Jeff Healey. He plays us out while Swayze and the Doc skinny dip. The end.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
It is stupid. But I had fun watching it.
So did I. I thought it was a bit slow. The more ridiculous it got, the more I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's so dumb. It's so stupid. But yeah, I enjoyed it. I like it.
It was like, I found it, the first like hour or so was a bit slow. And I was like, this is just stupid. As soon as he kills Mr. Beef, I was like, oh, dang. I'm invested now.
Yeah,
and
it
it just
escalates to like the nth degree.
Yeah,
it's just dumb as fuck.
It goes off the rails like in the last 45 minutes. It's fucking crazy.
I mean, it could have been such a different film.
Yeah. Yeah, it just went right. I like that though. It's just like a cheesy like B movie from the 80s, and then it just goes like fucking nuts at the end. They don't give a shit. It's brilliant.
I mean, there are films out there from the same sort of era that are just outright comedies.
Yeah.
And stuff. There's so many films about the new bouncer turns up and turns the bar around. There's other films, but yeah, this is the one everyone remembers, like Roadhouse, and it's like. It's mainly because of the throat ripping scene,
and the fucking roundhouse kicks,
and stuff.
Yeah, I can see why like people are like, Swayze's mullet.
Yeah,
it's definitely it's quite iconic.
Sam Elliott, the effortlessly cool Sam Elliott.
Yeah, with his
Wade Garrett,
fucking perfect hair.
Now, what people don't remember it for, because it is the shit part of the film, is the villain, Wesley Weston,
whatever his name is,
Weissmuller. He's a shit villain.
He's just a rich guy.
Yeah, he's it's
like
he's
really
the guy is it's not great casting because he does what he can with the role, I guess, but he doesn't at any point look imposing. He just looks like this tiny man that's got like big
neckerchief.
Yeah,
yeah. He's like the high school bully.
Yeah, basically.
It's just like, you're not threatening. You're a child.
Yeah, I've got this whole town in my pocket. That isn't possible.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Yeah, stupid, but I did enjoy it.
Yeah, it's fun.
Especially the last like half an hour.
Yeah, there's no taking away the enjoyment that I had from watching this again.
Yeah, but like, it's got some terrible performances. Like the doctor, she's awful.
Oh yeah. What did I put? The village. The dialogue is hilarious in places, but and the fight choreography. I don't care what anyone says. It's terrible. Like I think
it's pretty good.
No, there's like
I mean like punch. The fight. No, the stuff in the bars and stuff, but the stuff between him and Mr. Beef.
Oh no, that was good. Yeah, that was good.
But
the bar fights, like everybody, like every single person that gets punched, you can see them waiting for it to come.
Yeah,
It's wildly. It's not great.
No.
And like Patrick fucking Swayze's fight choreography looks like they've gone. Well, you're a dancer, so like all of his moves are like
leap, man, and spin your leg. Yeah, basically. Christ. So, trivia. The budget of this $17 million.
Wow.
It grossed 30. This was a failure.
Bloody hell.
Yeah, it was a flop at the box office. It was, from what I understand, one of the most shown on TV films of like the 90s.
Oh yeah, absolutely. This where I first saw it was on.
Yeah,
TV,
it was always on TV in America and over here. I think that's why it wasn't really like theatrically. It wasn't a success, but like on video and home entertainment years later, everyone saw this fucking film, apart from me. There was a direct-to-video sequel in 2006 called Roadhouse: Last Call. Haven't seen it. Not gonna watch it.
What's his name?
Jake Busey's
Jake
in
Busey in it. Yeah, that's it.
Not as the main character. What else? Due to injuring his knee whilst making this movie, Patrick Swayze turned down the role of Cash in Tango and Cash and the lead role in Predator 2.
Oh.
He went with Ghost because it wasn't as physical a role.
Yeah, that's fair.
Danny Glover is great.
Yeah, I love Danny Glover in Predator 2, so I'm glad that happened. I like that film.
But Oh, yeah, what could have... No, yeah, actually, no, yeah, Danny Glover.
No, Danny Glover fucking
yeah,
nailed it.
Yeah. The original tagline for this film was a reference to Dirty Dancing.
Of course it was.
The original tagline was, "The dancing's over, now it gets dirty."
It should have been a tough bouncer comes to sort out a dirty bar. That should have been it.
Yeah. According to Sam Elliott, all the actors did their own stunts.
Like, fuck.
We've already said the singer in the band is the guy from Dusk Till Dawn. Marshall Teague, who plays Jimmy, Mr. Beef, he took his mother to the premiere to see this film, right? And when his character says the line, "I used to fuck guys like you in prison," his mum shouted out, "That's my boy!" God bless that woman.
Excellent. Her comedic timing is legendary.
Oh, dear. And apparently, the writers of this film were inspired by real-life events. Right?
What? To what point? What, a guy turned up to sort out a bar. That's it. That's the only bit of this film that could have happened.
So, there was a guy called Ken McElroy who lived in a small town. I believe this is in Missouri. I can't remember exactly where it was. I looked up briefly this morning.
All right.
And he was an absolute piece of shit. He was a bully. He was always being arrested. Attempted murder, kidnapping, theft. He also threatened and intimidated the local owners. The owners of a local store who were like this elderly couple. A real horrible piece of shit. He was killed in the parking lot of a bar that he'd been drinking in.
Right.
In 1981. He was shot, according to the police, by 2 different guns in front of 46 people.
Right.
And no one saw who did it, apparently.
Right.
And this is like, this is a real guy. You can look him up.
Yeah.
But apparently the screenwriters heard of this, and that in part is like the ending, where it's like the townspeople were like, "Oh, he got killed." Didn't see anything.
But how did... And the police went, "Oh, all right."
Pretty much. It was a small town. They was like, "Oh, I'll fuck him."
Yeah.
Like, literally, that was it. There's the only person that saw it, who tried to identify, was his wife, who was also there in the car, and they were like, "He's like, it was him," and everyone's like, "No, it wasn't."
Fucking hell.
Comments. Oh, sorry. Before we go on to comments,
Go on.
there is a remake happening of this film.
Yes, there is.
They are remaking Roadhouse.
Go on.
How?
Right. I mean, the casting is interesting. Jake Gyllenhaal as playing the Dalton character, and Conor fucking McGregor
as the Mr. Beef, I guess.
I don't know. Well, he's got to be the villain.
Yeah, Mr. Beef. It's got to be. Well, the villain. Yeah.
Not the main villain. My God, I don't know if Conor McGregor can act, but he is a massive dickhead. So
he talks a lot of shite.
Yeah. I mean, I hope he does it. I apologise. Like, it's a joke.
He will literally show up at your house and beat you up.
He punched an old man for turning down a gin in
yes.
his own pub.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Yeah.
He's a great bloke. I rescind everything I've just said.
How is this going to work in 2022?
I don't know. I can't remember who's directing it either, but the director's quite well known and good, I think.
Oh, yeah. Maybe it's going to be a comedy. I don't know.
It should be. Right?
Yeah.
It would work as a comedy. Like these days. Yeah, and how if it's set in present day, how does that work? Because like to be a doorman, you've got to be licensed now, like even in America, I assume.
Yeah.
Like there's so many different... It's just not... It doesn't make any sense now.
No.
And how are you going to do... Yeah, this guy's got the whole town in his pocket. Don't
know.
Yeah.
We shall see. But yeah, that's happening. Right, comments. Did you get any comments?
I got loads.
Really?
This film, yeah.
I got one.
Did you? What was yours?
I've left it on my phone.
Oh no!
I got one, and I haven't got my phone on me.
Well, I got on Instagram. Terry Whitaker said, "Love this film. The villain was pretty shite, to be fair. Wade getting it was a kick in the nuts. He was cool, as was Dalton, even though I thought he'd be bigger." Sam Hedges said, "Amazing movie, a real throat ripper."
Nice.
Matt Spink, absolute classic. I read somewhere he injured his knee in this, which caused him to turn down 2 bomber films. One was Tango and Cash. He ended up doing Ghost, as it would be less physical. The rest is history. Fire Up the Potter's Wheel, Oh My Love, etc. I mean, he was already big from Dirty Dancing.
Yes.
So,
yeah.
Luke Meadows, who we said this was like a request, just in capital letters, but about time, as he was one of the people that has mentioned this film. Kaylee Jane Osmond, brilliant movie. Swayze's so freaking cool. Quite a few of that sort of thing. Heidi Pearson, the same. Yeah, loads of people just put bloody love this film. Ashley Dion Gale, good film. What else do we get?
It's a popular movie then.
It is. David Ricketts, I'm sure this film influenced my early opinions of bar work. I also...
This and Cocktail. Yeah. I want to work behind a bar. 12 years later, I want to die.
Dave was the first person I ever worked behind a bar with many years ago. It's also recall putting it on late one evening while the kids were still awake, thinking the violence was not that bad. Totally forgetting the broom cupboard scene at the beginning.
Oh, yeah.
Safe to say the film was quickly turned off for a later date. My friend Bernadette Hamden put, Roadhouse. I love Roadhouse. Killer film. I used to fudge guys like you in prison.
Yeah, I can't believe I've never seen it. I knew what it was. I'd obviously heard of it. But, yeah, never seen it. If you want your comment read out, follow us on Instagram on at Movies to Drink To and check out the stories, because that's where we put up before we record what we're going to do and ask for your opinions on it. That is it for another episode. Let's go.
That's it. All right. Bye.
Yeah, bye.
Thanks.
Smooth end.
Well, thank you all for coming here tonight and drinking all of my booze. No, really. Please leave. The party's over. Get out.